Tristan, tell me the biggest storylines circling the Arizona Cardinals going into the 2024 season.
I think we were all surprised last year that Gannon turned out to be a pretty good coach. I know they were a bad team, but they played better and harder than any of us expected. They played hard for him, especially down the stretch. Go and watch those week 17, 18 games. When Arizona had nothing to play for, they were playing hard for Gannon. I think he's got a good future there. The number one question, the number one storyline around Arizona, everyone knows it, it is Kyler Murray.
Did anybody check to see if there was a new gaming system being released this year?
No, I think we're good. I think we're good at least one more year. I can't
completely changes my bet.
Also, good news is that the EA Sports college football game comes out in the summer, so he'll probably be bored with it by the time we get to September. He'll be ready to roll.
You have great points here.
The question is Kyler Murray going to step up and earn that contract? Is he going to prove that he's a top 10 quarterback in the league? This is probably the number one thing you have been the most right about since we've done this show. You said when it was around Kyler Murray contract talks, you said you wouldn't pay him. You wouldn't give him that massive contract. He hasn't done anything to deserve it. You thought it was a mistake. Looks like you were right. I was a little more on the fence with it. I like Kyler Murray. I think he can be a good quarterback. The problem is each year he's been in the league, he's gotten worse. And then he took a step back. He had the injury. He did look good last year coming back off the injury, but it's hard to judge. This is it for me. I mean, and for everybody. This is a make it or break it year for Kyler Murray. You can't get out of the contract. It is what it is. But this season, 2024, is going to determine whether Kyler Murray is the long-term future at quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals.
What concerns me is, are these weapons around Kyler Murray going to make him any different? Because I don't know that the answer is yes to that.
Yeah, I don't either. I think the jury's still out because I don't think we know what type of team we're going to get. I think we know between Marvin Harrison Jr. and then Trey McBride, the tight end I really like, he's got something to work with. Okay, so you can't write it off and say, oh, well, he doesn't have anything. Kyler Murray has had decent receivers most of his career. He's just got to make the most of the opportunity. I don't know what kind of offensive line they're going to have. That's a big part of it. But is he going to be able to play more quarterback? We know how great he is, running around, escaping, creating plays that aren't there. He also has a big arm, and he throws some great deep bombs. Where Kyler Murray struggles is throwing over the middle of the field because he's short and he struggles to see the middle of the field. That's just a fact. Is he going to be able to overcome that and prove he's the franchise guy? I think Vegas has him somewhere around 6.5 wins. What do you think realistic expectations should be for the Cardinals? Because obviously, like last year was ground floor of a full rebuild, except for the quarterback. I don't think you're expecting playoffs. That would be lofty expectations. Do you think 7 wins is reasonable? I'm not saying you think they'll get there, but is that reasonable expectations?
Expectations, yes. Do I think they'll get there? Well, it's going to be tough because I'm looking at their schedule here, and it's not easy. Let me read the first 6 games.
Okay.
At Buffalo versus Los Angeles versus Detroit, the Commanders, at San Francisco, and at Green Bay.
Whew.
It doesn't get much better on throughout the season.
That could be a 1-5
Miami,
start.
Chicago, Seattle, you got San Francisco
Minnesota,
again.
Yeah.
You got Los Angeles again. So, yeah, the schedule doesn't look like it's going to ease up on you at all. And I'm not fully convinced that we know who Kyler Murray is yet. I don't think we've had a chance to really see him develop on the field. We've seen his star capabilities come out early in the rookie season, but we haven't seen the full development into an NFL quarterback take place. And I hate to bring this up, but perception is reality, right? I don't care what the stats are. It's how does he look on the field? Because that matters. How is he in the locker room? Is he a leader? I don't know. I don't know that he is. I'm not in the locker room every day, surprisingly.
Ryan, I think that's been one of the big questions about him, though. That's been one of the negatives we've all heard, is that he is not a leader, that he doesn't take over that leadership role. I think if he wants to succeed as a quarterback, because he has immense talent, he's going to have to figure out a way to bridge that gap. Not all quarterbacks have that swagger, that, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady thing, but you kind of have to fake it if you don't, okay? And at the end of the day, whatever he has to do, he has to make those guys in the locker room believe that every time we go on that field, Kyler Murray, our guy, he's going to go try to win us this ball game. He's going to leave his heart on the field. I think he can do it. I kind of feel like Kyler Murray's going to have a really good season. Not like a spectacular blow us out of the water season, but I think we're going to be impressed with his play and give him a longer leash and say, okay, let's see what he can do in 2025. That's the goal. He's just got to show he can perform at a high level worthy of the money he's getting paid.
Yeah, and I believe everybody can transform into a new person, to a new player. But when the whole contract situation came out about putting gaming conversation into the contract, I knew instantly that's obviously such a problem that they had to even bring it up.
Right. And they knew that everyone was going to see it too.
That told me a lot about it, right? Or about him as a person. And so I hope he's changed. I hope he's become more mature. Because you got to, I mean, look, these guys are coming from college, man. They're kids, and I understand it. But at the same time, you're about to get paid a truckload of money. And yeah, the NFL permits you to say, you know what, I could just suck it up and I'm still guaranteed money. And I'm still a millionaire and set for the rest of my life. But at what point are we going to see him actually play for that money? That's what I'm waiting to see. I hope we see it this year. I hope the best for him because I like him. I love how he plays.
Me too.
And I would love to see it develop into more of just a solid game plan instead of just trickery or luck. That's what I want to see this year from Kyler Murray. If I don't see that, I'm super concerned as an Arizona fan.
100% correct. I've seen the athleticism. I can see that. That's great. The athleticism isn't going to impress me. What's going to impress me is quarterback play. Can you go out there, stand in the pocket, and play quarterback in the National Football League? That's what I need to see from Kyler Murray.